Morning, everybody, and welcome to Mystics MMOs. I am your host, Mystic Raven. All right, guys, today's the day. I'm at 152. I need 154, and I'll just break into my tier 8. So I am pretty stoked about that. Plus, we had reset day. So I'm looking very forward to all of this. I'm kind of pumped up about it. So I'm going to queue up a couple of stuff just to hope that I get my marks and I can break into my tier 8. Okay, I'm going to queue even all this except the elite at the moment. I am pretty pumped up. Did Blackest Day yesterday. Blackest Night was... I was in Blackest Night. We got to the last boss and we lost our tank. It kind of was a little bit of a bummer. It was kind of a bummer. It happens. It happens. I don't know why they put 4-man elites. I mean, I guess there's other achievements to get, so... They really do need to fix these dailies, though. Oh, Arkham Asylum's the daily. Oh, okay. They finally... Maybe it's weekly. Stars Labs, too? Oh, okay. That's cool. And a bonus for Area 51. Sure. Sure. Sounds good to me. So, here, probably after I hit this and I get through the augmentation XP bonus, I will go over a couple different builds for hard light, go over a few things, and then I'll probably go over, I'll start working on sorcery, my rage stuff, a couple of the build, how to, set up the different builds, for what you're trying to do. So there's a lot, and I don't have all the classes up there yet. I will start working on a little bit of it to get it out of the way. So I figured probably I'll be in DC for a couple more weeks, trying to provide guides and such, just to give players a heads up on, like, especially anybody coming in want to know, what should I take, in, this loadout, what should I take in that loadout, which, what should I be focused on as far as, popping my dispensary and things like that. So, kind of important, I guess. So, cool deal. I'm pretty happy, man. I'm stoked. I'm enjoying myself. I'm actually having fun. I'm having a lot of fun. You start getting up there, you start seeing, I guess, some of the challenging aspects to the game a lot more frequently. But at low levels, it can be hard, but if you get higher levels in there, it gets easier. So, Nopsu, what's up? Congratulations, man. Good to see you this morning. I hope you're doing well. So there's a lot to the game. There is a lot to this game. It's been years, so I'm never going to say, like, where I stand. I'm just going to give you guys kind of my experience, especially, like, if you're a new player or a player who has came and gone because of, like, the not understanding things in the game. Someone gave me free Green Lantern emblem. I don't know if it's rare. The emblem, I don't like it. It's been a while, man.
Game's over. Step along,
It's
step
been a
along, nothing
minute.
to see. Get
So I don't know what's rare, what isn't, what the RNG is based on. I know like any accessories are usually have some rarity to them. So I know there are like certain, rarities based on that. Like auras are, based on RNG. You know that. So you're doing good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Oh, checkmate. Hey, what's up, King? Morning. I hope you're doing well. I just wrote to DC Universe Online Discord a suggestion. Oh, did you? Good. Hopefully it's positive. I love the game. I love this game as far as how polished it is. Just if like I said, if it had more dynamic events in open Metropolis and Gotham, I think it would interact well. It would give players something to do in the open world, pulling both low levels and high levels together, giving them credit for something, and not making it so fixated. I think it would be awesome. Every week you can grow some CR, so you won't be stuck. That's not a bad idea. I suggested to them make the thing that if you don't have content, you can get every week more powerful gear from low tiers if you play them always. But I don't know if that... Yeah, like auto CRing would be hard, but crediting marks would be doable. Like login bonuses. So say every time you log in, you get a mark. Good, buddy. I'm about to log in a few hours. Nice. Awesome. Honestly, if we had login bonus, towards our mark gain, that would help players who aren't getting into, content as easy. That, so you'd be able to earn 7 marks per account. And it would be, not per character, per account. So 7 marks a week, you'd be gaining some. That's a good idea, because that's kind of like the same premise. Because you can't scale the CR because it's gear-based. But you could do login bonuses. That would be something. That'd be a step in the right direction. Let's go raids. I'll probably end up going... Right. That's a good idea. That's actually a good idea. Solid. If you logged in 7 days in a row, you get free content. Oh. Unlocking the DLC content? I don't know if they'll ever do that. They'll always keep stuff like that behind paywalls. If it's content. But, I mean, for progression purposes, I like the idea of, awarding people just for participating. Giving them a little something so if they can't get in it, that'd be awesome. I would love it. But if it's content, if it's, specifically, you gain access to this content, they'll be you can sub. Or you can buy the DLC. Because remember, they're a company. They've got to make money to run it. So I have no problem paying them. I have no issue doing that. If I'm playing it and I'm enjoying the content, I'll pay it. Elder Scrolls, I supported Elder Scrolls on 3 platforms. It averaged me about $50 a month to play the game. What is tier 3 CR cap? Oh, I have no idea what the cap is for tier 3. I think it's up and around 60 or something. 57, 60 is where your tier 3 stops before you have to get the content to play tier 4. So you can play the free version, and you can get up to 57, 60, I want to say. Let me check. There's one way maybe check in. When you go into, because it doesn't technically cap off but the 79 right here. So after 79, you won't get anything. So you can earn up to CR 79 free. This would be good as well if you buy yourself a member. It counts the time you have used if you're offline. The time stops and only... And it's at 30 days. Yeah, well, once again, it's a whole different... Like, Black Desert Online's kind of like that. You get little, you know, these weird... when you pay for, like, say if you go do the membership type thing, they'll give you, like, these scrolls. They'll give you your bonuses instead. And you'll get, like, 2 or 4 of them, I want to say. And you decide when you pop them. But in this game, I don't know. I don't know how if they could. I hear the little bastard. There it is. Haven't got more. I saved marks at the start and wasted 120k marks. I was done with raids. Oh, you wasted them? Like, you know, I feel like a lot of things can mislead you how to spend marks in this game. I mean, usually if you're spending marks, it's never, in a certain ways, it's not a waste if you need styles, if you need, because styles, remember, are feat related. So there is some aspect to, you know, that. So, but if you're looking for progression, you want to keep a steady path. You definitely don't want to get, you know, kind of thrown around and say, oh, I want to get this, I want to get that. Because how much you earn in a day, in a week, is very, very tight. Especially if you're looking like me. I'm not looking towards getting, like, my style feats. I'm looking at progression. And progression is very tedious, man. If you're going to be one of those type of players, you really have to, like, pay attention to the numbers. Like, just in the hindsight, in the backside of your mind, you got to say to yourself, okay, I just got a tier this and tier that. What do I need to progress further? That's what I'm always doing. That's what I'm showing in my streams. It's like, okay, I don't need that entire set. I need the numbers to get to the next tier. When I get to the next tier, then that allows me to keep moving forward. So I've only been back here a little less than 2 weeks, a week and something, and sorry, you're in my way. I'm robbing this. See, that's a kind of a small thing, but I want dynamic events. I mean, there's a lot of options they could do for a dynamic event in this game. But I love the idea of like bonusing, giving people incentive. I love that idea. I think that's a good thing. I think there's a good idea behind that. You want to give players incentives, but like I said, the flow in this game, incentives a good thing, but the flow in this game is not the storyline, is not the combat. It's definitely not the combat. The combat's probably one of the, to this day, holds up, even to next gen MMOs. The combat system's probably better than a lot of even newer MMOs, to be honest with you. But the combat, it's like I said, it's the monotony of it. Robbing banks. I'm robbing ATM. I robbed an ATM. Yeah, robbing banks could be a good idea for a dynamic event for villains. You know, definitely a lot of things, man.
Get out of here. They will not raise those rates.
No, I honestly think there would be a lot of good things that this game can still provide. People don't quit the game because of bugs. They don't quit the game because of combat. They quit it because it gets tedious. It becomes a little tedious. That's it. That's the only reason people quit this game. That's all. It's not, you know, I mean, I love the augments because now the augments put a little bit more flavor to the build process. So it shakes things up a little bit. So I like that. I really do enjoy what they implemented. So I feel like there are a lot of positive things to the game. But I also feel like, you know, sometimes they're missing the smallest thing that could yield them the most results. It's about retention. When you're looking at a business, there's two aspects. That's getting customers and keeping customers. That's the only two things you need to be fixated on in a business. Jack, hey man, remember when villains were able to push suicidals off the building? I just did it yesterday, Jack. You can still do it. You can still do it. I did it yesterday. Yeah, there was one down here. You might see him as I'm farming exobytes. But yeah, I did it yesterday. I was like, what? And they're like, what? And you do get credit for villainous feats. But, man, I mean, seriously. The game is very smooth. It just does not. It becomes so stale because you're in a set in a linear. And we have so much space, so much opportunity just to put a couple dynamic events in this game. A couple dynamic events within Metropolis and Gotham would give players a lot more impact. Yeah, I love that feature. Yeah, it is a good feature. Like here's Citizen. I think this one you beat them up though.
What are you supposed to be? Costumed freak?
I did grab the mission. I always grab the mission. Where is it? All right, there. Like these portals, oh, I thought was removed. Nope, was not removed. These portals at one time was like level 96 type stuff.
Can I meet this children?
It was a good idea. They didn't follow up with it. Shortly after the Sons of Trigon. Like I said, there's a lot of room for growth in this game. A lot of room. Just give the world a little bit dynamic between queues. Like I'm queued right now. Nobody's in here. Nobody.
The Falcones are gonna
what would you want improved on this game? The only thing it needs improved is just dynamics. And incentivizing. I think Nopsu put a good point of incentivizing the players. Like literally when players log in, like most MMOs like have daily login rewards. It's not a bad idea to maintain. And like I said, it's about retention at a point, attracting and retaining. And I feel like one of the biggest things that they could do is incentivize for new players and old players, you know, regardless of sub or whatever, give them some sort of incentive. That kind of works hand in hand in market too. Because if you give them a taste of the lower level stuff, they'll more likely want to buy more in the market. Right? Because microtransactions, I don't like the pay to win, but I support microtransactions, especially like fluffing. So, you know, if you want to incentivize microtransactions, you got to give players a taste of what it's worth. What value does it really have? And daily login rewards is a way to do that. And why do you, I mean, I hate to say it like this, but why do you think crack dealers always give the first sample away free? Why? Because they want to give them a taste. It's sick and it's disgusting how drug dealers work, but it's one of the longest running businesses for a fucking reason. And, you know, it's just they know once they're hooked, they'll keep buying. And you got to think in psychological terms in that aspect, right? Once you've given them a taste of what the market, little incentives the marketplace gives you, all of a sudden, blam! They like something in there that they got to use, and they're more than likely when they run out, they're gonna look to buy more. But when we're taking a little bit, will that keep a player? No. You got to put content in that's not just group oriented. The group orientation is great. So they need to change up the 4-mans to 5-mans. Give a little bit more dynamic between the support classes. Because I've noticed the one bad problem, I love the new system, but the problem of it is sometimes I'm in groups with no healer, no trollers, no tanks, or only one DPS. So I'll have a troll, I'll have a tank, I'll have a healer. And then we have one DPS, and it's kind of like it's going to go slow. You're right, man. They should be using that strategy. Right. I used PayPal later, wasted secretly for member. Oh, got you. Yes. PayPal. There, and I don't know how. Oh, looky right here. Jack. Look. Here we go. You ready? Shit. Oopsie. Oopsie. It wasn't a suicide. It was a murder. Remember, he was thinking about it, but I pushed him. So technically he didn't commit suicide. His conscience is clear. No, I feel like dynamic events in this game would be huge. Giving the players the feeling that they're doing something in Metropolis and Gotham on a large-scale battle at random, just randomly, and giving people notification. Like, imagine, like, a signal is thrown out. Like, not instead of, like, a bat signal, but, like, a signal above the pointed area. Every villain, every hero, like, make different events. You can even do them together. You helped him. I helped him. I helped him. But, you know, the funny thing is, like, you could put out a signal, and one could be red, one could be blue, and then, like, villains could have their own dynamic event or heroes, or you could do them together in competitive play. Not PvP, but, like, whoever gets their objective done first, like an iconic superhero or iconic villain, that would win the dynamic event. And it's kind of a competitive play between the heroes and villains without engaging in PvP. Like, so say, you know, there's a bank, villains are trying to rob, like, a stash of gold secured in this. All the villains are trying to get it, but the heroes are called to arms to stop them. So now there's these side objectives where the villains have to go ahead and kill the security officers or something, or to knock the security officers out. And the heroes have one to rescue all of the, you know, civilians in the vicinity. Look, it respawned already. Oops. So, the funny thing about it is that, and whoever gets their objectives done first basically would win it. So that would be really friggin', and everybody could get credit still. So you'd still get credit, but if by winning it, you'd get a bonus. So just for, you know, doing it, you get a participation marks, right? Whoever wins it gets a bonus mark of like 3 marks or something. Add item of the month every month. Sold in the stores after every month comes a new and old spot. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's actually a great idea. I like that. Like, I have no problem with businesses making money. What I have a problem with is greed. Making money has to happen. Being greedy doesn't. Once you make some, put it back. Give back. I was taught that. Take what you need, not what you want. It's like handing a cookie jar. You want a cookie? Take a cookie. You want 2 cookies? Take 2 cookies. Don't walk away with the fucking jar. Because now you're being inconsiderate of other people who may want a cookie. Non-members should have the temporary experience of exploring features of membership for a short time just to give them a taste. Like, yeah, like, you know, maybe like, like some of the content, like that's what Nopsy was trying to say. Like, give them something. I don't know how it could work, but that's what Nopsy was basically saying. Basically, that's exactly what his thought process was. Incentives are important, and they are lacking in this game. That's the problem. There's no motivation. Like right here, besides exobyte farming, I have no reason to be in Gotham. I have no reason to be in Metropolis. Unless there's an event going on or something, I have no reason to be in the game. I mean, look, I'm waiting for fucking a queue, right? At the point which it's early in the morning and there might not be people queuing. And there's nothing to do in this city. There's nothing. There's zero. There's absolutely jack shit. And that's my problem. Because players are roaming around and they're not given anything to do. That's where the game becomes stagnant. That's why people get bored. They get bored of not... Farming's always going to be in every MMO. But people get bored in this game due to that fact. I'm bad at English, so I could not explain correct. No, you're fine, Noopsu. You are fine. You are way fine. I feel like that's kind of cool, though, too, because Jack's on the same page with you about how to attract new customers. But once you attract a customer, how do you maintain them? How do you retain customers? Now, see, it was easy for me to kind of go over all this. One thing I used to help MMO companies, but when I went to college for financing and economics, and of course I studied a little bit of marketing. And my brother is a vice president. Well, I don't know if he still holds the title of that, but for the company, he represents vice president of marketing and sales. And yeah, like... So my family, some of my family is very well business groomed. We're both college dropouts, believe it or not, me and my brother. Though my brother is a nurse. So he did go to school long enough to become a nurse. But we're both technically considered college dropouts. I didn't finalize my degree. And yet I meet people with a degree, some of them are just dumb. Like, for example, like a true story. My brother is a marketing genius. He really is. He's a really good businessman, but he didn't know what a prospectus was. And the only reason I know it is because I used to draw up prospectus, like a couple of different prospectus. And prospectus is usually used in like establishing companies, especially that are going to be stock related. But I used to draw those up. I used to be able to draw up prospectuses. And you have to be very, very accurate with that type of information. Because it doesn't necessarily just represent the company's goals, but it also represents, you know, the current market trend, competitors, potential gain, investment, percentage of profit due to percentage of profit to initial investment, things like that. And that's why I said I was going to start my own MMO company. There was a large company, a AAA MMO company that was going to back me up, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted to create jobs in my area. I was also going to use the local university for intern programs. and basically run the company knowing everything I needed. Of course, MMOs are about a 5-year program. If it's not an MMO, you're looking at a 2 to 3 year for just, you know, a decent sized console game. If it's decent, you can rush one in probably 2 years, but MMOs typically are between 4 to 5 years, and most of the time MMOs in the genre will fail due to rushing. The only change I want in this game is include a neck part of the character's appearance, like a tie or a necklace. Got you. That because they have separate shirts that have ties and separate, like, so I know what you're saying. Make it a separate piece. They should add aura that color. That color can be changed, like clothing color, and you can make every. That's not a bad idea. Maybe some effective aura or something. Wow, the moderator of this game said in Discord that I don't care about free players not being able to access content. Lady Lightning. Yeah, to retain customers, aka players, especially members, the only incentive they provide is 500 loyalty points every month, right? Actually, I love the loyalty. I love the loyalty points. Personally, for me, because it goes across every game, if you have all access, which is nice, it's good. It's good, it's solid. The only bad thing and the only downside is it's just not enough content. Like, here's the problem with EverQuest 2. For example, EverQuest 2 has a slew of fucking content. I mean, a fucking ton of it. That's not EverQuest 2's problem, right? This game has too much, only one type of content, and that's raids and 4-mans. And the stories are great. The stories are best, probably one of the best in the MMO industry, if not the best. The voice acting, most of it, 90% of it's well done. There are some cheesy voice actors. But honestly, the problem with this game is just like, what am I doing? Like right now, I'm not doing it. I can go do the diamond heist, put on go get my PvP gear and do diamond heist. But honestly, that's a problem. I want a PvP for a second, and you can go back villain. While I'm queued up, right now a diamond heist is going on. So, 1 second. Like, I haven't PvP'd quite a bit in this game. It's been a while. I used to do Legends and I used to do Battlegrounds quite a bit in this game. Used to. I was okay, but I never could get into the PvP as good as some other games, just because the way things like Harley Quinn. Like, I remember, like, one of the cheapest, easiest classes that you could play with was Harley fucking Quinn. And I was like, you would try different classes, but Harley Quinn, once she CC'd you and started, like, spinning you or not, even if you cut away, her mobility with, I'm like, and you put it in the hands of a fucking pro, Harley Quinn will kick ass every fucking time. So I would always try to, I mean, not PvP, not duel. Oh, sweet, Area 51. This will be easy, though. Just getting my bonuses. Might switch to DPS.
Servitor detecting foreign entity in the facility. Now eliminate.
Come on, turn around.
Cadmus reinforcements deployed to fuel depot.
I bought Bombshell Harley and Arkillo a year ago.
Target locked. Entity set for termination.
Use fan claws, train, hand thing, and fan all over. Good damage, yep. I like hard light. Clipping hard lights, I feel like that's probably... I clip hard light better than most classes. I mean, in healing, you don't clip very often. You do every so often, but... The only thing that kept me from playing for a longer and a regular was being able to earn 6 stabilizer fragments every day. Yeah. I'm used to the whole restriction thing in MMOs, so I guess I'm more accustomed to it. Somebody's got to go get these things, man. I got aggro. I don't think I can.
If we expect Cadmus to be any help at all, we'll need to get them up and fighting and reclaim their ammunition supply point. Don't forget to strip the Brainiac Force's neural cores after you defeat them.
Alright.
This will prevent their prime servitor from sending in further reinforcements.
Oh, dude, we can do anyways. I'll come to Gotham. Yeah, but I'm trying to get these out of the way, Noopsu. You know, I'll be on next week if you want to PvP. Maybe I'll do some PvP stuff and we can duel and get some stuff out of it. We can play around. It's been a minute since I've actually PvP'd. I did do a stream where I was PvPing. These things can get on your nerves and tear. Somebody get these. I got all this fucking aggro and it's driving me nuts.
Thanks. I didn't think anyone would.
This game should allow for more opportunity for players to interact and team up with their mentors. Yeah, no, that would be that. See, and that's what I feel. I feel like that's some of the stuff I agree with. I feel like it becomes what ends up happening. It doesn't give you the feel after a while. The combat's great. The combat's excellent. You know, the game's good. It's actually really good. The problem of it is it gets stale. I'm tired. We need to get these Cadmus dudes. Engage it, dude. Engage it.
Great. I could use your help. I gotta transport these munitions out of here. Defend me while I get this teleporter working.
Minor damage. Prime Servitor detecting interference at ammunition supply point. Increase security measures in the immediate vicinity.
Get to the other side.
Subduing target.
Great. I could use your help. I gotta transport these munitions out of here.
God dang
Defend
it.
me while I get this teleporter working.
Talk to the dude.
Great. I could use your help. I gotta transport these munitions out of here. Defend me while I get this teleporter working.
I mean, do it one time. Oh, dude, I'm kind of... One second. Like I said, I mean, trying to do this. Get the other Cadmus, dude.
Great. I could use your help. I gotta transport these munitions out of here. Defend me while I get this teleporter working.
Increasing security at ammunition supply.
They should include more ways to improve our movement, to get faster speed, acrobat. Like skilling it, like scaling it. Like start off with so much speed, then build it up. It's not a bad idea. They should have, I really want leaping. That'd be a badass idea. Leaping would be pretty good. That actually is a good idea. I like that. Gotta get off this freaking cap. Oh shit, fuck that up. Okay. Sorry about that. I sometimes
reset the defense systems in the Cadmus command base.
have a hard time seeing my health bar and then die unexpectedly. Yeah,
if you break them down,
it is kind of a little
definite advantage.
Inconvenience at times the way the scaling goes down on the health bar. So I kind of know what you mean. After a while, you get used to it, like, you know, how it works. But sometimes damage is so bursty in this game. Like, I always tell, like, a lot of people, if you don't have a healer, you better be running shields. If you got healers, you better know how good the healing is. Sometimes I'll do without my supercharge just to run a shield. Because I don't want to, like, you know, give up my initial rotation based on the fact that I don't have a healer. You know, it sucks. I clip so much better on hard light. I just do.
Performance impaired.
These things can get on your fucking nerves, though.
Identifying target.
I'm gonna try to pull it in.
Connection to Brainiac terminated. Signal lost. Reigniter damage. New signal directive received. Recharge complete. Firing destruction ready. Target locked. Signal lost. Reconnecting. New signal established.
Control center defense sequence activated.
Damage sustained. Identifying target. Connection to Brainiac terminated. No directive received. Connection to Brainiac terminated. Signal lost. Reconnect. Identifying target. No
Control
directive
center defense
received.
sequence complete. Defensive measures are now
Kryptonite
online.
transport. Directive. Protect Kryptonite.
Quantum control power won't go down. If you're done, come in front of Gotham Nightclub. That's if I don't get another queue when I come out. Try to get this done. I'll see if I got time. I can't promise anything.
Recharge complete. Firing destruction. Recharge complete. Firing destruction.
Like I said, I don't even have my PvP gear on this, dude. And they should allow more freedom of choice in this game. We always have to use the same missions as everyone else. It gets stale. I like the missions, but it gets stale. That's the problem. That is the problem in this game. It's not that the game isn't fun. The problem of it is it gets fucking stale as fuck.
Accumulators oversee the transfer of the kryptonite onto their ship. You may not want to face this battle alone. Once the accumulators are down and the kryptonite is safe,
that's cool.
Calculator will hack the ship's teleporter so you can take down the Prime Servitor.
Engaging enemy.
You know, dueling on this tune is kind of a disadvantage in certain ways, Noopsu. That's kind of why I'm like, eh. But, one, I don't have PvP gear. Two, I'm a troller. My damage actually sucks on this tune. So if you bring in your hero that's a DPS, could be PvP geared, is not like an idea of like proper PvP, even though PvP in this game is not even balanced. And I hate dueling anyways. I hate dueling. Never did like it. If I PvP'd, I always did it like, you know, whatever. Can somebody please get these things, man? God, they keep coming. And they should allow more freedom of choice in the state. I wish our mentors every time, every day. And also, get off me. And also they should give players an option to do certain duos, alerts, raids by ourselves without having, no, I agree. That's actually, I understand that completely. I had that happen the other day while I was with some fucking asshole. I wish you could kick people that were AFKs too in duos.
Launch missile sequence.
Nice.
Directive. Negative.
The society applauds you.
Ah, there it is. My weekly
And Vixen
reward.
Cadmus
Hopefully I
have
get it
precious
good.
tonight. I will remember your name. We will speak again.
They should add that if you are queued, you can mark, so you can choose role people, check mark healer. Right, right, absolutely, Nopsu, absolutely. I remember when do AFK. Right, yes, yes, absolutely. That's they just AFK. And as another feature, they should be added into this game. Players should not be able to have a way of contacting members of Justice Leagues for info without having to ask other players. That's another good point. These are good points, man. Like a handy walkie-talkie. Yes! Yes! I totally agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. Little things, man. It's the little things that make a huge difference in this game. It's not like people are asking for a large change in stuff. Compound Omega. Check. Oh my god. Really? I hope I'm not walking out of here with only one fucking mark. Oh my god. What a... Oh. I'm crying inside. I'm crying inside. Like, I don't have a problem with not farming or not letting people do old content to farm for basically preventing them from farming marks and lower tier gear or tier shit. But if I'm helping people, give me some incentive to go back and help them. I mean, seriously, something. They're killing me. And as another feature that should be added into the game, players, or without having to ask, like, yeah. I know, I totally agree. Totally agree. That would be probably the walkie-talkie thing. I agree 100%. I totally agree with that. Dude, I don't have any PvP gear on, Nipsu. I do not have any PvP gear. It'll probably kick my ass. I have no PvP. Animatroll! I'm not even DPS. Here, let me at least switch this out. Okay, I'm here. Who are you? It should allow more freedom of choice in this game. We always have to, yeah, that's already been said. Hold on, let me scroll that. You don't as well? Probably still kick my ass. Like,
Help! Help! Help!
hold on. What the flip? There we go. No. Why? Oh, I'm in chat. That's why. It's like, what the heck? I'm right here. In front of the thingamajig.
Got to stop them!
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm right here. Oh, right there you are. I see you. Oh, shit. Dude, I gotta go. I see you, but I have to hit this. Hurry up, get it in. Invite me.
3, 2, 1, fight.
Ah! Damn it!
This is Waller.
Shit balls. Watch out. Sorry, dude.
You are intimately aware of
It was going good. Yeah, you win by default.
of Task Force X, or I yank the leash connected to that collar.
It was a good match. It was getting good. I was definitely out. I was ready to pop that potion. Nothing I could do. Like I said, I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get this. Why? What is going on? Did someone talk to him? Did anybody talk with Future Batman yet? No. What is going on? Are we bugged? Yeah. Payback. It redirects the damage. You should know that. I must not just caught the cutscene. A glitch? I think I just missed the cutscene. The cutscene glitched, I think.
May have slowed them down, but they won't give up. Get those security
yes,
doors down and get
more
to the
yes,
center of the
marks,
nexus.
all
That's
marks.
where he'll take the artifact.
That's what we're
once
going
he's
for.
secured.
It's a mark day. I gotta leave in like 40 minutes too, so I'm hoping I can get a couple more things in.
Proceed. Unauthorized personnel.
Yo, Spartacus, what's up? I think today's gonna be the day. I have to leave in a little bit. The queue was a little slow, but
Control room access denied. Disengage.
You will regret this little incursion.
oh shit. Hate when they do that. Oh my god, the noobs. I'm gonna spend most of my time rezzing people.
Don't waste my time.
Shit, I'm stuck. Kill the shit in the back, you dum-dums. And you don't stack on the boss. God, you guys put me in a compromised position. Everybody just wants to, in this game, just charge. That's not necessarily a good idea. Like, I'm trying. You better hope I get it. I don't know if it'll count. I'm scared already. I am literally scared. Another thing that should be added, personal profile character. Yeah, no, that's badass. I agree. I always said that's one of the things lacking in this game. Great. We're gonna get knocked out. I wish you could type when you get knocked out too. Fucking idiots, man. Bunch of 100s not knowing what the fuck they're doing. Oh my God. Fucking idiots, man. Bunch of newbies.
No, I'm still in.
Doesn't let us feel like a real hero or villain. That's what I'm saying. It's the only thing I've ever said. I'm like, it doesn't. You kind of get this feeling like, what am I supposed to, you know? Right. It's the only thing I agree. And for layers and bases, I want different external appearances for our homes. Yeah. Cavern or something, like actually being there in when you actually pick the theme. You can pick the coordinated, like, the location. Yeah. That would match it. Like, tech is one thing. But like you said, cave, there should be a fucking cave entrance. Caves should be reduced to like where cave dwellers are and what it looks like on the outside. Not a sewer entrance. If you want a sewer entrance, make sewers. It's the little things. It's not the big things in this game. It's the little things. That's the issue in this game. Not the biggies. The littles. Let's see if these guys will actually kill the ads this time. Do not start, do not start, do not start, do not start.
Bloody hell.
There they go again. Fucking idiots, man. You got it. If you're going to be up there, you better grab a shield. You got to know when to hit and when to get the fuck out. That's the easy part. We're going with those marks. We're getting those marks. Yo, Don Strider, what's up? Hey, dude, make sure you get a hold of me with your character, dude. I want to get him in the guild and all that other stuff in the league and all that.
Attention. Target.
Yeah, they covered the big things pretty well, like augment, statics. Yeah. Content's even good. Raids are good. 4-mans are good. But like you said, duos, single content, little things, just not change. Like you don't have to redo it. Just make like little alterations, man. In my opinion, the way they did raids in this game, hands down, is the best way to do raids. You can get competitive and do it really hard, or you can do it really casual and pug and still make it challenging for your team. Because pugs don't communicate well. Leagues are definitely on a whole different level when it comes to doing raids.
Well, look at you all, still standing on its flesh and legs and everything, but not for long.
Unauthorized personnel. Protect the Nexus. Priority 1. Terminate the intruder.
If you let the tank do his job, you can range everything in this. Literally.
Explosive subroutine activated. Your demise is imminent. Security vulnerability exposed. I am Program to dispatch intruders.
All right. Yes, yes, and more yes. More marks, more marks, more marks. Let's hope they pay attention.
Intruders will be eliminated.
I know this is a bit far-fetching, but the game should give us the option to put our own faces. Yeah, no, it's not gonna. This is a little way off. Like, this is older. Newer version, I could see it all day. But like the old, I don't know if they could do that with. This is using Unreal 2, or maybe. I don't even think this was using Unreal 3 engine. Unreal 3 engines, when all that stuff, you could kind of do it. You could do it probably, definitely, with like a new version of Unreal that uses the Unreal Engine.
Protect the Nexus. Priority online.
Just trying to get them down here.
Annihilate. Security vulnerability exposed. Smash. Summoning shield drone.
I don't know why we have 4. It's kind of pointless.
Your password has expired. Please enter a new password. Invalid network encryption. Access denied. Summoning shield drone.
Get it down, motherfuckers.
Required to proceed.
I knew it. Now we have to beat ours within that time. Come on.
Lost connection to server. Access denied. Software update required to proceed.
I swear to God.
Network version. Shutting down.
Nice. We killed it twice and they're one. Awesome.
I asked the wizard for a heart, and look what I got.
We had some bad storms come through last night and lightning.
Center of the multi.
Son's TV wife thinks out rougher too, but I hope not.
There's nothing.
That sounds good, man. Just get a hold of me, Don Strider. Make sure you get a hold of me. I'm studying marketing at college. I'm just testing my ability at generating ideas to improve the game. No, definitely, Jack. No, that's a good strategy towards marketing too. And one thing too that'll help you. Like I said, my brother's vice president in marketing. First come. I don't know if he still holds the title. He still works in marketing. He's paid very, very well for what he does. Very well. But he's a college dropout. But one of the big things in marketing is also understanding like the cost too. So when you are thinking of these ideas, do the research for cost implementation and like execution and how much like the profit's going to yield in its return. Like basically like estimating how much more can you retain? What's the average? Like, you don't have the numbers, but basically, if you get ever a chance when you're generating these type of ideas, you want a selling point, obviously, and numbers speak volumes, especially in marketing. What would I know? I'm a poor man, used to work in banking, but I don't anymore. But
don't celebrate just yet.
And financing products and stuff. But
and we must
okay.
The artifact.
So we got it done.
Future Batman.
And I got my monthly raid reward. That should hopefully give me a nice little perk. Blah. Boo. Boo. No, I'm joking. So I have 13 marks. Man, it's going to be a rough day for me. I'm so close to. I'm right there. I'm on the precipice. All right. Let's see. Hold on, dude. You got me in a bad screen. 1 second. So, Gates of Tartarus. All this except the elites. Alright, that looks good. I haven't been in Arkham for a minute. Kind of crazy. I'm so close. I'm just so close. I'm almost there. Oh boy. Well, hopefully I get something in about 5 minutes, because if not, I got to get going. Because I got to be somewhere at 10 o'clock, so. Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling. No. This game has so less marketing. The only big thing about its campaign was the high quality animated video they produced to introduce the game, right? During the transition, that's a little loud. I'm gonna move that so they can hear. During its transition, the game was hold on, dude, that's a little loud. I have the effects turned up for PvE. During its transition, that was one of the bad things. Oh my, hold on. Dude, you're killing me, Noopsu. Okay. I didn't even know about this game until I searched it for myself.
3.
Yeah,
2,
it's
1. Fight.
almost. Gotta learn when to stop that. Almost definitely. Hold on. You're dead.
You win.
Boom. GG.
Help! Help!
GG.
You've got to stop them.
GG. You committed too much to the combo, man. You would have had me, but you committed too much to the combo. Use the orb that gives health. Damn right! It's PvP! It's PvP! You would have had me had I not blocked. You got knocked back on the block. As soon as you see someone turtle, man, that last hit's gonna get you. So I just timed my block right. You followed through and bit your ass, but you almost had me. Like, dude, you almost had me dead. You almost got me, like, right there, man. It was a good game, man. Good match. Good duel, man. I wouldn't take anything away from you. I wouldn't have taken anything away from you. Did really good. I don't like dueling, though. I mean, and I haven't been on this for quite some time. I used to Legends duel all the time. Not Legends duel, but Legend PvP all the time. And I do Battlegrounds. I was good, but I didn't get into it as hardcore as others, but actually I am going to stay DPS on this. Fuck this place.
Oh, the Joker sent you? Don't kill us. I'll let you in.
Yeah.
If it isn't the maniac I've been waiting for. After all I've done for them, all the times I didn't kill them, my fellow criminally insane whack jobs have turned against me. Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and Scarecrow have taken over Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, let's go.
What are they? Crazy? I'm so mad I could spit poison. Now there's an idea. Now, she'll direct you towards the right throats to slit.
We're ready. Let's go.
Harley, how can you keep watching your mouth?
You think you can corner me in a garden?
This one thing at a time. And spit out that gum.
You're bad? I don't know. You look pretty good out there.
Harley is right. There's something even more endearingly creepy than
I would, if I'm PvPing, I get rid of that ground AoE. Your stuns were perfect. The ground AoE, though, is not a good thing. Because everybody's always going to roll out of a standing position. Number one rule in any part of the game, don't stand in AoEs.
I can't say no. She's a goddess, a plant goddess.
All that time we were here. Was studying financing hard? Was it? I don't know. I'm not trying to like brag or anything. I have an IQ of 130, and that's what I'm good at. So financing for me isn't really hard. Everything else is. Like English was kind of rough for me. Like even though I write, I'm not like English was not one of my strong subjects, and history depended on what type of history I was studying. Financing was a lot. Oh, dude, I don't have that. What the fuck? Financing. If you're studying any type of business, financing isn't necessarily hard, but it's math. There's a lot of math behind it. Really, there is. I must be. I can't believe how people are that smart. My sister studied accounting, and she's already graduated. Now, see, I took 3 years of accounting. And at first, a couple people thought I should have went for accounting. I didn't want to be an accountant.
Looking forward to seeing the results.
I probably could do bookkeep. Like I told somebody, I'm like, I wouldn't mind helping doing bookkeep work. And I'm like, but tax season and accounting? No thanks, man. It's just not really, man. I was like, nah, I'm fucking cool with that shit. The thing about it is, in every situation between taxes and business, the laws change annually, so you got to be up on everything. So if you guys like, give it up to your tax advisors and your friggin' accountants, man. Like how credits work and deductions. All that can change annually. Based on Senate and shit. Oh, it gave you power? Alright. Exactly what my sister wanted. She wanted to do something like auditing too. I did auditing. I've audited. It's more annoying than like difficult. It's annoying. Auditing is fucking annoying. Different types of auditing though. I did retail auditing, and RTAs were not my favorite thing to work with. Or hunt down, I should say. When you're in a system, trying to find out where in the fuck is these products at. I've done some auditing. Not bad for a college dropout. Anytime I worked for companies, they loved me. Because I made them a lot of money. Lots of money. But I'm cocky. That's a problem of mine. I'm very, very cocky.
Scent, so beautiful.
And I expect if somebody talks to me in a very sarcastic way, I expect them to be able to follow through. Meaning they better be smarter than me. I'll actually back down from people who's smarter than me. And there are a lot of people who are. So most of the time, if somebody wants to be like, you know, do whatever, it's like, it's cool, but you better, I'll make you look like an idiot if you try to make me look like an idiot if you're not as smart. That's what I'm saying. One of the major things, like when I worked for a company, like I even told the owners, I've told owners, hey, you know what? Fire me. If you feel like you can do it without me, do it. Fire me. And I'm like, but you won't. And you know why? Because 5 of these motherfuckers don't bring you as much money as little old me. And I'm like, and that gives me leverage. That gives me the right to tell you, hey, shut the fuck. I don't give a shit if you own a company. I don't give a shit. I don't. I'm here to do one thing. Make your sorry ass rich or money. And the only thing it requires me to do that is for you to shut your fucking pie hole. And respect what you got. Respect it. Like, my brother's one boss did not respect him the way he needed to. True story. My brother, me and my brother cut literally from the same cloth. And he makes his companies a lot of money. Saves him a lot of money, makes him a lot of money. And one boss, one owner, that was the owner, who literally didn't appreciate my brother the way I did. So what ended up happening? a relative who owned a competitive company took my brother. I was like, that is sick. That is sick. You better know. You better fucking recognize. Because somebody's paying attention. It's a very arrogant but effective attitude. It's got to be. You've got to be. You have to be. I'm narcissistic. I am. It's not my fault. I mean, a lot of people, well, I guess it is my fault in a certain way. I mean, I didn't even really know I was narcissistic till you're told. But, I mean, literally, man, like, I look at when I'm told something, like when I came into Elder Scrolls, for example, Jack, they didn't even know the law of diminishing returns, dude. Like, they're playing an MMO where math is implied, and yet they completely were fucking oblivious. I'm talking about it, then they talk to me like I'm stupid, and I worked in the number with diminishing returns one time every fucking day, and I'm like, I'm surrounded by fucking morons, literally, and that's how I look at life. Like literally, when I was looking to start an MMO company, before I got offered, I got an offer from another company to do it, but they wanted me to move to Texas, all this other crap, and I just wanted to create jobs, local jobs, make somebody money, and create local jobs. That's what I wanted to do. That was the intention, not for whatever purposes, you know. It was just to help the economy and to get growth, you know, within area, and whoever the investor was, obviously protect his investment, because his initial investment is going to fuel jobs for 20, 40 years, you know, so you want to kind of take that serious. But literally, some of the local investors prior to the offer, I was trying to work with local investors to give them the opportunity. Some of these guys, what's up, a crew?
I can't say no.
Some of these guys were college-educated businessmen. And one dude asked me, why do you need a server? I'm like, squeeze me. I literally went off. Literally. I can't stand people who have money that are dumb. I don't care if you question something, but know what the fuck you're questioning if you're at a fucking meeting and what the fuck the business is about. Do your fucking homework. I really can't stand fucking people that have money that are dumb. I can't stand it. It's one of the things that I'll just be like, fuck you. I don't want your money. I don't want a fucking thing from you. Keep the fuck away from me. I don't care if you're dumb, just don't speak. I don't hate people with money, I hate dumb people with money.
I hope you don't have allergies. How dare you attack my seedlings?
I think you just throw them. For everyone you don't, you get an ad or whatever the fuck. I'm not good at making myself powerful. I think it's just learning curves for everybody. I know it sounds so arrogant, and I know I sound like a pretentious asshole, because I am. And I tell people that. I'm like, listen, it's not fake. None of it is. But I'm poor, and I'm happy being poor. I'm more than satisfied knowing how my life is. It's unfortunate. Some of the circumstances are not ideal for me. And my brother is definitely, I think, more of a testament to that. But in my, it's good that I'm where I'm at, because you don't put people like me in positions of power, because I'm narcissistic. I'm an asshole. Empathy goes out the window, because it's about, at the end of the day, it's about fucking results. Yeah, like they have authority but don't really deserve it. Right. Like they have they're providing the initial resource, which is financing. But who profits more? The people working for the company? No, the fucking investors, man. Fucking people who have money are the weakest link in society. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but they are. They're the weakest fucking link.
Leave now.
They're the fucking weakest fucking link.
As well.
People that are sick. I have more respect for people who are sick than people who are fucking exploiting the brilliance of. Let's say this: Nikola Tesla. Let's give a very insightful perspective on society. Nikola Tesla, the man that is responsible for a lot of the current technology that we still use, died penniless. Let's repeat that. He died fucking penniless. Why? Because everybody exploited his fucking ass who had it. Did they pay him back? Did they say, hey, yo, Nick, thank you for fucking making us a shitload of money and giving us the, the means to use electricity in this way? Or, hey, thank you for Niagara Falls. Here's a couple of fucking $1 million. Thanks, dude. Hell fucking no. Hell fucking no. Greedy son of a bitches. The fucking sick motherfuckers. The legend, the fucking... Fuck the fucking people who have it. You need them in a way, but in a way, I'd rather not even fucking bother. Why even give anything to this fucking piece of shit world when the people who fucking have the money are the ones who's fucking exploiting it? Makes me sick. And people don't think that shit's still going on? Bullshit. Our priorities in society are fucked. Like inventor of the fidget spinner. Right, I mean, seriously, there are people literally who are getting exploited every day of the week, man. And it's why? It's literally because of people who have money, man. They look at it. They're looking at you as an end to another means. Make more money. Make more money. Make more money. We invest in smart people. Why? Because we can exploit them. Is society worth investing in if that's the way it is? I have to ask. I have to ask. I'm a block of ice.
I'm burning up.
I just don't like getting chased by these dudes. Is the combo light and shield a good idea for this game? Yeah. Like, for example, that's a good combo. And each of the combos, I'm going to give a couple of build updates next week in different combos. Hard light, in my opinion, I clip better with hard light than most other builds. Because healing, you don't have to clip as much. I mean, you do clip, but you're not clipping all the time. You're just not. And there are certain effects that you want applied in this game. It's very important to get the bonus damage out of it. Like, literally, like, my kids get mad at me because they think I'm morbid. And I'm not. I really am not. I'm not. I have no fear of death. Death could happen tomorrow. It could happen. And literally, I tell my kids, man, if I go out tomorrow... My only fear is living to be an old age. I don't want to be 80 or 90. I don't. I'm sorry. I know certain people want to live that way, that long. I do not. I'm not suicidal. I don't want to off myself. I just don't want to live to be very old. I want to live between 60, late 60s, maybe early 70s would be an ideal. If I live that long. God willing. But I do not want to be old. And my kids hate me for it. My kids are like, no, Dad. I'm like, it's inevitability. We're talking about inevitability. Right? Inevitability is something that cannot be, you know, we can't change it. It's going to happen. So why fear it? We should not live in fear. You gotta find something that gives you faith and strength. Right? And thank God. And my only, you know, it's like Tupac said, my only fear of death is coming back to this bitch reincarnated. I actually wholeheartedly agree. It's probably one of the only things I would probably say I would not want to fucking happen. Hopefully, if I go, I'm not coming back to this fucking hellhole. We have a very... Hope you live as long as you want. Thank you. But, like, my kids always are just like, oh, but Dad. I'm like, listen, man. It's just something that you have to live with in life, you know? I see the unfortunate struggles people go through. And is the immutable process. Yep, exactly. You know, and that's the thing, man. Like my kids, you know, I tell them, I'm like, listen, man. We have a cycle of life. You know, death nourishes life. You know, decay nourishes the life that we have. You have to understand that. And as a society, we can't keep like looking to like, you know, extend life to a certain point when our resources will never allow us to provide for everybody with that, you know, I mean, if we had more resources, that's a whole different situation. I'm not saying, you know, kill people off or anything. I'm not saying that. Or mass genocide or anything. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, you know, what good is it for people to suffer if we don't have resources to sustain it? So, to me, like, I just want to say, like, you know, I think when it's time, it's time. Like, I don't want to do that whole... you know, trying to extend my life longer, and I'm not with all that, man. That's me. If people want to do what they want to do, I believe that people believe what they want. That's what I believe in. Everybody's entitled to the pursuit of happiness. If somebody wants to try to live forever, hey, more power to you. I wouldn't. Could you imagine that? Trying to live forever? People would be like, oh, it's a blessing. Really? When everybody you know and love, if you can love, because maybe you're just so self-absorbed, is dying around you, and in the end, you're alone and there's no meaning to your life and no like, reasoning behind it? I mean, that kind of sucks.
This boiler room pipes,
you know, that sucks. The whole idea of living forever. Like, could you imagine being a vampire, being turned into an undead or a vampire or whatever, and everybody be like, oh, it'd be fucking awesome. I'm like, really? I don't think so. I disagree.
What's the suit?
What is happening? He's bugged. What is up with Mr. Freeze? He's bugged. This is fucked. He's bugged. I haven't seen anything like this in a minute. What is this?
Enough. I must find the
Enough?
Dude,
you just... What the fuck? Crazy. But no, man, yeah, I guess in a lot of ways, I feel humbled. I feel more humbled in my position where I'm at in life. And I'm grateful for it. I'm actually grateful for it.
Spanking, maybe they'll think twice the next time the walls talk them into.
But I can't stand like anybody. If they're my superior in a work environment, they better be superior.
To let all three of them out. The asylum? Has
That's
everyone gone mad?
That's my whole thing. Like, that's all I want, you know. I don't want to work underneath ignorant people at all. At all.
Don't let it
Never.
fool you. Someone or something is messing with my house. It thinks it's alive. How crazy is that?
And if that's a superiority complex, I don't mind working under people. I just want them to be superior to me. I want a mentor. I want to learn from people. Right? That's what I want to do. Like when I'm in a work environment, I want a mentor. I want somebody who can, you know, that will teach me to be better at whatever I'm trying to accomplish in that position. You know, that's what to me makes good leadership. You know, you need people who are put in positions who can teach and who can grow individuals, not restrain individuals based on their ignorance. I don't like that. I don't like that idea. Like if you were going to be a scientist, wouldn't you want to study under a good scientist? I feel like that's the problem with maybe some of our education these days. We go too liberal. Does the mentor choose matter for a light tune? No. The mentor in this game is just, all it is a quest hub. Yeah, for 1 to 30. It's just like a quest hub. It'll send, the mentor sends you to the locations for the quest lining. And at one point, you'll meet up with the other villains or heroes with the different mentors. Did you always think this way, or was it through experience that made you develop this attitude? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I felt like as a young individual, like certain things I did well in school and other things it didn't captivate me as much. So the classes I struggled in, I felt like maybe it was how the material was approached, right? And certain other things, like business, I did always well in. It intrigued me, I guess. My grandfather had philosophical aspects to business. He was a small business owner, and then my uncle owned a very large, he did own, but a very large company. So I guess I've had a nice mix of blue and white collar background in my family. And then my other uncle was a college professor of math. And I guess there's certain aspects. And then of course, my cousin was a basketball coach. My family's into like competitive basketball and like states and stuff like that. So I guess there's a part of me that just says, you know, you have to push yourself to the limits, and you need to be around the best to do so. And if you can't get anything out of somebody, what's the fucking point? If you can't grow from your surroundings, it becomes pointless. Some people can do like tedious things and be comfortable. Unfortunately, I'm a person, like I said, I guess I'm more humble where I'm at. I'm very, you know, different life than what I anticipated for myself. And it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. The enemies you face vary. Facts. Thank you, Phoenix. Yeah, I feel like it's a good thing where I'm at in my life, because like I said, I mean, if I like some of the things that fucking Zoss did, I'm sorry, If I saw a fucking patch note and you fucking put werewolf at 30% without fucking testing that first internally, I would have you in my office fucking reaming your fucking ass off because it makes you look stupid. It makes us look stupid as a company. You don't fucking do that shit. Integrity is something that has to be maintained at all times. Yeah, especially from a a consumer perspective. You have to make sure your consumers think that you want the illusion that your consumers are believing that you know what you're doing at all times. At all fucking times. At all fucking times. That's an illusion you cannot afford to deviate from. If you deviate from that, and one smart person understands the implications to what you've just done, you look completely incompetent. I got problems with that. It's not about not wanting to do it. It's about fucking double checking your work before you jump to conclusions. Random question. What is the least played power? Oh shit. Wow. It's been a long time. I don't know. I mean, Jesus, that would Celestial probably. I would probably have to say Celestial is probably the least. At least you know what you're doing in a life. I'm still wondering. I'm more of a dad now than a person. Like I said, I mean, my whole life is different. I'd worked in financial products and services, and I worked with mutual fund annuities and insurance and all that stuff. But I honestly, at the end of the day, I was never content with the idea of making people, like doing things for people and making them more wealthy than they deserved. I don't sit comfortable with it. It makes me sick. It makes me nauseous, really. It makes me fucking nauseous. None of your business, Dawn Strider. I would say Celestial is probably one of the least played. I mean, honestly, I don't care if people are rich in the world. I don't give a shit about that. It goes back to the fucking cookie jar, man. Take what you need and fucking hand out the people who don't. People are like, oh, we give to, we donate. Really? How many fucking houses? Let's like Tupac said, can we keep it to one fucking house? There's homeless people out here. There's fucking people who can't afford to fucking get a fucking car. There's people who can't even afford to put food on the table. And you got 4 fucking houses and you drive. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. What about securing people's retirement? Why can't we do that? Why can't we offer the people the benefits they deserve for the working man, for the working woman? Why can't we do that for the people who are trying to raise families in our society? Right? Why are we making it to where when one thing passes the law, they find a loophole to screw and keep more money to themselves? And I don't care if you're well off and you have a big house. But how many houses do you have? How many? People are like, well, they earned it. They deserved it. Did they? I doubt that. Because majority of the fucking wealthy in this fucking country are inherent. They're fucking inherited. They're fucking inherited. They exploit. They're the weakest fucking link. They're fucking the scum of scum. I hate business that exploit others. Yeah, and it's real. It's fucking real. I think I was 20-something when I realized the entire truth.
Help me, please!
And I think it drove me to a whole different level. And I'll never get into it, and I never talk about it. Me and my brother talked about it, I think, one time. And I was like, dude, ignorance is bliss. And let's keep it at that.
Blast it, amateur!
And a couple of things I had to like realize with financial products and services is how everything revolves around itself. How the system's set up. Doesn't pay to understand these things sometimes. If anything, it's more of a burden.
It's useless to fight.
They'll take you to dark places, man.
Blast it, amateur!
Like I said, I tell people, pick a career, don't ask questions. If you're making good money, you'll be content for the rest of your life. And that's all you want. You don't want to be one of these people who are too ambitious. Ambition can be a good thing, but sometimes ambition's very bad because it reveals things that you don't necessarily want to know.
You cannot stop me.
Sometimes you don't want to know all the facts.
Proper treatments.
Sometimes you don't want to know things.
Only cure. Fear is the only truth. He knows. He understands my mission. That's why he released me from my cell.
Ah, great, dude.
Is mine now. Your responses are very interesting.
Help! Help me, please!
Blast it, amateur! No! He promised to make us strong.
Oh my God! Shut up! Shut up! Oh my God! Oh my God! He just got the scarecrow hat. Shut up! You can't hate on some people's success if you work hard and get paid for what you can have more than one house. No, it's not. That's not why I hate people, Spartacus. When there's people starving, Tupac Shakur said it best. If we would pay attention, if we would give to the people, like, secure our own, and, secure ourselves, be happy with what we got, do what you want, build the houses you want, take the cars you want, but leave it to the basics, to keep it to the whatever, and provide for the people who are struggling, the people who are less fortunate, we'd be all right. We'd be all right as a society. We would be all right. But that's not the way it is. And I can hate on that. I can hate on that. Because greed is the fuel for suffering. Greed is the fuel for suffering. And it is. Ambition's one thing. Prosperity is one thing. But greed is a whole different ball game. I don't hate people for being prosperitous, right? That's a difference, right? Who invest right, yield the benefits, but you've gained from your consumers. You've gained from your workforce. My grandpa always said, you take care of your own. And of course, a lot of people inherit money because their parents worked hard to provide a better life for their family. You can't. Here's the thing. When people are taught greed, though, and they never give back, that's what we have today.
Gee, and I thought me and Ivy were such.
You know what? One person, I'll say this. One famous basketball player, right, was told by an owner, what have you ever done for your community? What have you ever done for your community? You made all of this money. All of this money. And what did you give back? He's like, I'll tell you what, not a fucking thing. When they were supporting you, it was all good. But when they needed support and needed that love, you were thinking about yourself. And I can say that, Spartacus, because I have family who has shitload of money. I have family who has a shitload of money. So yeah, I can say it. I can say how stupid it gets. I could say how stupid it gets when you have someone you know who has a house in Europe a house in fucking Europe that they spend a weekend, a year, and owns it, and it's vacant the entire rest of the year, and there's people homeless. Instead of renting a place, they own it. That makes fucking sense. It's not about what you work. It's about literally taking care of each other. That's what God told us to do. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help each other. Like, listen, my uncle was dying or sick. And my grandfather, now my grandfather was well off, very well off. He had a Cadillac. We had a summer camping ground. We had a pretty decent whatever, right? But my uncle was a little bit more successful, and my grandpa didn't care about his success. He wasn't jealous or anything. But my grandfather said this. He got sick. And my grandma was like, we should go up to see your brother. He's like, fuck my brother. Let the bastard die. And this was why. My grandfather started programs to help the youth in the county to earn money to basically help them, you know, with their athletic programs. So my grandfather did all of these fundraisers and would contribute to that and contribute back to society. And my grandfather believed that no matter what, you take care of your own. You take care of your community. You take care of the people. And when you turn your backs on them, right? Because you're greedy and you're inconsiderate, well, fuck you too. And I didn't really understand it at that point. I was still young. I was like, I think 14 maybe. I really couldn't. I was like, I mean, dude, like, really? You live in Europe, but you're poor. I'm poor. But I'm happy poor. I'm not miserable poor. I'm happy poor. And it's, to me, it's not literal. It's about how greedy are you? How greedy are you? That becomes the question. Here's the thing, if you're using 2 homes, fine. But if you got a fucking home that literally stays empty and you pay tax, you're spending more in taxes for maintaining the property than you are spending in it. What the fuck's that tell you?
Promised, and I have failed.
And in today's society, we need to understand where inflation's going to end. That's the scary part. You got to understand we've got major fucking issues going on economically. I'm not going to get into all of it, but I still can't use that. We have major fucking issues economically in a large portion, and a lot of it can be kind of attended to, but unfortunately, without recognition, racial ghouls, what? Oh my, I'm having a good day. I'll collect both these fuckers. Screw it. But no, I don't hate on people who have or whatever. I'm just not. Here's the way I look at it. If somebody asks me to come to their company, right? And the most people are going to say, what's in it for me? Now, here's my question. What's in it for you? I know what I'm getting out of it. But what's in it for you? That's my question. What? I mean, why should I pick your company over anybody else? You want to make these dudes feel like you're privileged to have me on your workforce. What's in it for you if I was to work at your company? I don't give a shit about me. I could live poor. I could live in I could be homeless. I don't give a fuck. But what's in it for you? Because at the end of the day, you best believe that somebody's going to exploit shit. When we can literally say Nikola Tesla died penniless, I got issues with that. I got major issues with corporate fucking America letting one of the biggest, the most known geniuses, one of the most underrated geniuses, die penniless. I got fucking problems with our society. I got major fucking problems with the greed of our society, even though it's happened long ago. You think that shit's changed? You think that shit's changed? That hasn't changed. That's my problem. The real people who put effort into real innovation into our development aren't reaping the benefits. Oh no, I got to get going, dude. But they're not reaping the benefits. I'm sorry, in my opinion, I don't give a fuck if somebody paid $1 billion for Nikola Tesla's research. If that person got paid $1.5 billion and there was $4 billion gain, the rest goes to fucking Nikola Tesla. You gain your money back. You made a profit. You don't deserve to reap all the benefits for some guy's genius. You don't. You fucking don't. You're exploiting it. You're using him to capitalize, and he's getting shit on. No, I can't even do this. That sucks. That's my problem. The people who have money just have resource. They don't have the intelligence to do it. They have to use people. They're using people who can do it. Because they can't. They lack the skills. That's my problem. They're making more money for not being able to do it. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? That the people who can't earn more. Am I missing something? That's the problem with our society in the world. Because the people who have it will keep taking it. And all the people who's contributed are just disposable. Once they've earned it, once they've made it, no longer are you valued. You have no value. You have no long-lasting value to that individual. Because there's no loyalty with greed. Greed is gimme, gimme, gimme. Like Tupac used to say, gimme, 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 gimme. Step, step, step. Because Tesla made an agreement, though, David, with Westinghouse. He said Westinghouse couldn't afford the initial fund to pay him and fund the project. So Nikola Tesla said, okay, well, I'll let go of this so you can at least fund it. Now, Nikola Tesla, being a genius, literally thought, hey, he's going to make it right with me. But he never fucking did. He never fucking did. And Westinghouse, making as much money, you would think would be an honorable person to give credit to the man who innovated the entire project. But he never did. And that is greed. There's no honor amongst the wealthy. There is none. And I got some family members that have some money. My poor uncle died of cancer. He was a multimillionaire. Died miserable. And did I feel bad for him? Absolutely fucking not. Got to play the game in the world of business. That's what I say. But here's the funny thing. The people who have money, I don't give a shit about profit. This is what I give a shit when if I'm helping you make money, there's only one thing you're going to do. You're going to bow down to my fucking ass. If I'm making you money, you're going to admit that you fucking can't. And if you fucking can't do that and swallow that big pill fucking called pride, fuck you and your every little dime. I'll work for your competitor just to piss you the fuck off. Yeah, why did they have the resources, David? Why? Because it was inherited. Majority of it's always inherited. That's the pissy part. The 1% of the 1% of the world don't never earn it. They never fucking earn it. They never fucking earn it. Never. You know what money is? It's a form of control. It's a control mechanism to keep the people in power, that have power, in power. It's a control mechanism. You're a pretty inspiring man. Thank you, Jack. That's what money is. The whole democracy and economy is a form of control. And how do you do it? You do it through economic means. Just subscribe. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. You do it through economic means. Because the 1% of the 1% don't give a shit about the wealthy. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about people's greed and shit. They want the power. They want to maintain the power or the illusion of the power. And carry that on through their lineage. Right? A lot of people think that, monarchy is a dead thing. Is it really? Just because we're not bowing down to the men and women, you don't think the people who once ruled the world and their families still don't rule the world? Come on, man. Everything is illusion. It's a set. It's a well-constructed. Money is paper. Yeah, that's all it is. But you need it to survive in the way the system has been designed. It's a design. Very well, actually. Anybody who came up with economics was probably the most ingenious, because bartering used to be the format of trade. Not economic currency, it was bartering. Bartering had more value at one time in our economic structure, not currency. Now, during the Roman trade and stuff, my mod, what's up, Vince? But I'm just saying, man. Like, the funny thing about it is I have no problem with proprietary. Like, people are not prospering. I don't have no problem with people prospering or earning their money or, putting in hard work and reaping those benefits. I have no problem with that. I have zero problem with that. None. What I have a problem with are people out there who can't get jobs because jobs are coming harder, right? They're getting less scarce. And the jobs that are available, I know somebody with a college degree working in retail. What the fuck? And then I see people with a college degree who doesn't fucking even have education in that field getting a $60,000 a year job when they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, what the fuck? And we think our education system's like top notch? Bullshit. Bullshit. And more bullshit. The goal is to make money, join that circle. Nobody will ever be a part of that circle, though, David. Nobody will ever be a part of that circle. That's the funny thing. The athletes and the people who get as far as they do, they think they're a part of something, and they're not. Sure, they went from a pawn to becoming a bishop, but the real kings and queens on the board will never relinquish those positions. And nor will they ever view any other piece on the board as equal. Because like you said, it's the game. And it's how it's played. It's just how it's played, man. It's just the way it's designed. You're supposed to push for excellence. Right? And money is the inspiring method behind, ambition. Not helping other people or fueling humanity to become something greater than what it is currently. No. It's about money being inspiring. Not the goals of humanity. No, right. We couldn't do something like that. We have to have something of tangible resolution. Because if we can't hold it, it doesn't exist. Right? That's the whole problem. If we can't touch it, it's not real. There comes a point in time when people who do have it start worrying. The little thing called a conscience starts settling in. I just feel every man must make their way and not expect handouts from the rich. I don't think handouts is what it is. What I'm saying is the rich need to understand listen, it's like I tell people, I used to do things like I tell kids about economics when people ask me about economics. Use salt as currency, right? Here's the thing. Imagine there's a well, right? I own the well. I'm a proprietor, self-proprietor. I own this well. You don't. You don't own it. I own this fucking well, and it means I own every fucking drop of water in this fucking well. Now, the water represents currency, right? They are worth their weight in salt, yeah. And then, of course, they changed it and went to gold. Lead was actually used to weigh against gold because they didn't put gold on scale. Lead and gold have the same molecular structure, and they have the same weight value as in proportionary size. And they would put lead plates on the back of scales to put its weight in gold, the equal value of weight in gold at one time. So kind of interesting. But so I own a well. I own every drop of water. Now here's the thing. Imagine there's a bunch of people in the room who are thirsty. They're thirsty. They're thirsty. Right? Okay. And I have a pitcher that represents what? Labor. Right? Now, there's 30 people in a room. But the problem of it is the pitcher will only serve 8. The pitcher will only serve up to 8 people. But there's 30 people in a fucking room that are thirsty, Dave. So only 8 people are going to get the right to drink from the water. To drink the water. Even though I have plenty. I have enough to give it all to everybody a glass of water. But I don't want to. I gave you a pitcher of water. It's up to all you motherfuckers now to decide who gets to drink and who gets to die. That's fair, isn't it? Oh, that's fair. And if I give out the water, well, it's a handout. You never earned it, did you? Well, how do you earn something when somebody controls everything? You see, David, it's a larger picture. Humanity will keep degrading till the end of time, bro. The good book states that. Right. And also, the good book also states it will be it's easier to get a camel through the eye of a needle than a rich man through the gates of heaven. That says something, doesn't it? It's easier to get a camel through the eye of a needle than to get a rich man through the gates of heaven. Because remember, the meek will inherit. Not the wealthy, the meek. I wonder why. That's why I have faith. And that's why I maintain faith. And that's why I can literally say I'm happy where I'm at in my life. Because at the end of the day, it was never about money for me. It was never about money. It was literally about what are we trying to accomplish. Because if you want wealth and you want that nice car and you want that fucking new house and you want 10 bedrooms only even though you need 2, hey man, keep going, man. I wish you nothing but the best. But at the end of the day, when I looked at my relatives and the ones who had and they suffered at the end for it, I don't feel remorse. I don't feel guilty. They made that life. They disassociated themselves from the thing that really mattered the most. And that's people. It's never going to be a handout when you're making not only your life better, but other people's lives around you. And that's what it's about. And that's what I was brought up to believe. You got to do for the whole. Because one piece cannot exist from the whole. It's just the way it is, man. So, It is. And like I said, I don't hate anybody for, their pursuit. Hell, my one friend, he owns an island in Canada. He runs a very successful business. He's very well off. And he's a very good friend of mine. I have very wealthy friends. But I don't bank my friendship on their success or their failures. That's not what I base my friendship on. And I'm never going to lecture them or whatever. It's just like, listen, man, if you guys want to do your thing, do it. But I'm not about that. I'm not about that. I want to be a part of that. At the end of the day, what good is it when you have to look and see people suffer? And why? Because you were at the right place at the right time? Because you had conveniences? Because it just keeps paying it forward? I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Anyways, guys, I got to get going. And I'm sorry that this conversation came up. Like I said, I think there's a lot bigger pictures, bigger things going on in the world. And I'm about gain, just not greed. All right? There becomes a point where greed's a little too much. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. Once again, Mr. Craven, Mr. MMO, Spartacus, I love you. You know I do. Thank you for the debate. It was educational, and I'm so glad you brought up all these things. Awesome, dude. And I want to thank everybody. Thank all of you. Awesome. And so true. Right. Thank you, guys, and have a nice day.